Tommy, I have a hot take.
Yeah, you just
I know
told me
this
you have
is
a
the
hot
first you're
take.
hearing about this.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's not that interesting, but I just thought of this just now.
Let's hear about
I
it.
have a hot take. Um, the Lego Harry Potter sets are cooler and more interesting than the Lego Star Wars sets.
Wow. Are you a bigger fan of Harry Potter than Star Wars?
I am
Do you
definitely,
think that plays into it?
I mean, maybe, but I think it's like a lot of the Star Wars sets are like ships, you know?
Yeah.
But like with Harry Potter, you could build like actual huge buildings and stuff. And I think I just get more satisfaction out of that.
Yeah. I could see that. I think the thing with Star Wars though is because there's just like a bunch of ships and tanks and whatever the hell they have. Like if you put them all together, it literally looks like there's like an all-out war of Star Wars pieces.
Hmm.
Um, but with Harry Potter, there's what, just like buildings and
Well, here's the
people?
thing, right? I built, so for Christmas, I got part of the castle, the astronomy tower,
Yeah.
but you can get the other parts of the castle and then they all combine and you can make the whole castle if you buy all this,
Uh,
which is,
if you buy all the sets, you can make the whole castle.
hmm.
Interesting. Are you gonna do that? Are you planning on doing
I
that?
mean, they're expensive, so maybe over the course of like 3 or 4 years I will, but
Yeah.
not anytime soon.
Hmm.
But I built the first one and it was really, really fun. And so it's got me thinking. I'm on the Lego website right now before you joined our Zoom call. And I was just looking at all the sets and it's gonna be a while before I buy one because they're like literally $90. So
Once
uh
how about
I
this
also have no job.
on a yearly yeah, on a yearly basis, we'll send out a picture on the socials of
Of
your
my Hogwarts castle.
yeah, the Hogwarts castle in like to see how far along you've gotten.
Yeah. It was really fun. It was so fun building that big thing. I have like a lighting kit for it that my parents got me,
Yeah.
but you have to like kind of rip the whole thing apart again to wire it. So I have to do that sometime.
Lighting kit like for the castle.
Yeah.
It like
It's like,
lights up.
yeah, it's like these LED lights. It's not like
Oh,
a
cool.
Lego thing. It's like another company that does it.
But it's like
But
recommended or something, or
yeah,
it
yeah.
just looks cooler.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna set that up. Um yeah. It's been it's been kind of interesting this past like week. I don't know what to do with myself because Christmas just came, you know, and I have so much I can do now because
Mhm.
of Christmas. So like, it's been a daily struggle of like, do I want to build with Legos? Do I want to play my PS5 or do I
This
want
is
to?
this is like the conundrums I had when I was like 11 years old, and I just got like a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff, and
Well,
I'm like,
I
oh my
just
god, what do I want to
I know I just happened to get a lot of toys this Christmas, and
do?
I'm very fortunate. I'm not bragging. I'm very fortunate that I was able to get a PS5 for Christmas.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so what's odd is that the PS5 has been the thing that's kind of fallen by the wayside for Legos.
Really? You're choosing Legos over the PS5?
Well, I'm done now. Now I
Uh,
can't. I built all of them, but
mm.
PS5's fun. It's really insane, honestly. The load times are like
Yeah,
instant. It's
I've literally
crazy.
it's literally just like you click it and then you're just like in within like 4 seconds.
It's literally insane, dude. And I've been playing God of War because that was free
Oh.
for PlayStation Plus,
Hmm.
and it's pretty good, but it's also really frustrating.
Is it like hard or just frustrating?
It's hard for me because I'm bad at video games. Um, but it's fun and it's like I like it a lot so far. And I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn. Have you heard of
Heard
that?
that's good. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's really like I got to get used to it because it's like really not the type of game I'm used to playing. Like it's just I'm not used to how like I don't know. It's all like ranged combat, so it's like really hard for me to get used to.
Mhm.
At least where I'm at in the game right now. But
Yeah.
it's definitely cool. Um, but yeah. Anyway, welcome to the podcast, everyone.
Welcome to the Lego podcast.
We're gonna talk
Um,
about Pixar's Soul,
yeah,
you
we're
know,
gonna do it.
in Two Shakes of a Lamb's Tail.
Haven't heard that one before.
My my great grandmother used to say that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, have you felt like this past week or whatever it's been has felt like 2 weeks? Because the last
Yeah,
time
no.
because the last time we
Like
recorded, it felt like over 2 weeks ago.
yeah, that I do agree. It feels like it's been a long time, but it also feels like the week was really short. Like I don't even know what day it is. Sunday?
I think it's Sunday. Yeah.
It feels like it was just Sunday.
Hmm.
What did you do for New Year's? You were just at home, I assume, right?
Just at home. I had a few people who had like New Year's parties going on, but I was like, no, I feel like COVID
Yeah.
still exists, but
Oh
I
wait,
don't know.
I forgot to. I'm gonna pause recording for a second and tell you something.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, all right, welcome back.
Yeah.
I was an idiot. Tommy already knew. Uh,
um, yeah, but besides that, I haven't been doing much. Today I actually went skiing for the first time in like 10 years. So,
where?
uh, well, I can't say the exact place, but like upper in
Oh,
our
okay.
state.
I think I know.
And I like took a really long time to put my skis on and everything just because I was scared about everybody looking at me, but no one cared. And I went up onto this slope, and I like it wasn't a bunny slope, but it was like the stage 2 starter slope. That's
Yeah.
like just a like hill that just goes down. And I just turned to this like guy who works there, and I was like, "Hey, I haven't skied for a long time. Do you have any tips?" And he's like, he thinks he's so funny. He's like, "Huh, the double black diamond's that way," and I'm like, "Thanks, dude." um, and then I think as I went down, this girl literally ate shit. Not well, technically because of me, but
Literally.
it wasn't my fault. She like crashed. Like I was just doing little turns here and there, and she was zooming down this like little hill, and I
Hmm.
like turned, and then she was like right there, and she tried to dodge me, and ended up just like flipping. And I think she started crying, but I just kind of zoomed away.
You're a bully. You like break people's noses,
Oh, shut the fuck
collide
up.
into them.
Well, I didn't collide. It was her fault. She should not be going that fast down that like the bunny slope.
What are you, the police?
Yeah. I don't know. But that's been my day.
Wait, that was today?
That was today.
Oh, wait, there's not even any snow on the ground.
Um, I think they make their own snow. Like if it's below 32, they can make it.
Uh,
I don't know. I have no idea how the hell it works, but I think that's something like that.
I've never been skiing.
It's pretty fun. It's a little spooky, but you know.
Hmm. Yeah, I wanna go
You want to
sometime.
go skiing?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun. If I get really good, then I can like do the thing that dads do, where they like skate backwards or ski backwards down the. And I
Why
like
did just
make sure
dads
you
do
don't.
it?
Yeah, it's literally if you go to a ski place, you will see this everywhere where dads are skiing backwards, and they're like holding on to their kids. It's really funny.
uh, yeah,
Hmm.
sure does. And
Yeah, I don't have much going on. I
yeah,
don't know.
I
I'm trying to
mean,
think
my
about.
internet went out yesterday. That was pretty crazy.
We're really gonna talk about your internet?
No, we're not.
Okay.
I
How
mean,
about that loose cannon as a president?
Oh, don't even get me started. Thank God
Donald
2020 is
Trump.
over.
Donald Trump, he's a different kind of evil.
You're fired.
Mr. President, you're fired. I think we've said
You,
that joke on the podcast already.
I'm sure we have.
But yeah.
Did you see the phone call thing this morning?
No. What happened?
It was just like a leaked phone call where he was like begging the Georgia like whoever secretary or whatever, and he was like,
To
"Please give me,
overturn.
yeah, overturn the votes."
Oh my god.
It was actually kind of sad if I didn't hate the guy.
Like he was he like actually like begging and he sounded upset, or was he like
Please.
or was he like, Georgia, you must overturn the election?
I didn't listen that far into it. I just listened to a clip and I went, and then I kept scrolling.
Oh, you know what's crazy? This just happened on Twitter, like in the past 12 hours. I don't know, must have it happened the past day. But there's this guy, I think he's a podcaster. His name's John Roderick or something. I don't know what he does, but I clicked his profile. He's some kind of podcaster. He got like insanely ratioed, and now he deleted his account.
Oh my God.
And the context is that he sent out this tweet saying that like his 9-year-old daughter walked in on him while he was like doing a jigsaw puzzle and was like, "Dad, I'm hungry," and his reply was like, "Okay, go make some baked beans," which is weird already to like tell your kid to make baked
Make baked
beans.
beans.
And this kid brought out the can of baked beans. Yeah, she brought out the can of baked beans, and she's just like, "How the hell do I open it?" Which is like a normal question to ask if you're 9 years
If
old.
you're a
And
child.
this is, yeah. And his response was like utter shock and disbelief that she didn't understand how cans were opened. So like this whole like 20 something long Twitter thread is just him explaining about how this was a great teaching moment for him and how he was like, he saw this as, my daughter struggled at first not knowing the mechanisms
Oh.
of the can opener, and it was like so ridiculous that he got so ratioed. Like there's this the "Are you winning, son" meme.
Yeah, yeah.
um it was it was a picture of the dad, but he was sitting at a table with a jigsaw puzzle, and it says, "Are you winning, daughter?" And then the daughter says, "No, Dad, I'm hungry. Please feed me." And he deleted his account because everybody's just like making fun of him.
Did you see the Keemstar thing?
No,
That
what
was
is
really
that?
funny. Do you know who Keemstar is?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So he tweeted this thing that was like, "Oh, my computer broke and it's leaking coolant. Like, can someone who's a computer expert tell
Oh, yeah,
me
yeah.
what
This is the
happened?"
Connors Eat Pants guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what does he
Yeah.
say?
He responded, "That's how it's supposed to work. It cools everything off." And then Keemstar called him fat and ugly. And Connor said 100-meter dash, winner takes all. And then sent like a Kermit the Frog meme that says, "If you hate me, then kill me or shut the fuck up." And then Keemstar was like, "I had to delete my tweets because my lawyers told me to. You got off lucky this time." And his response was, "You are afraid to face me in the 100-meter dash."
I've seen, I know that guy Connor. He's some kind of streamer, and he has this really really funny clip. I think he's playing like Mario Maker, and like the name of the Mario Maker level is called like My Favorite President, and then he like clicks it, and then like while it's loading, he's like, "Oh, I hope it's JFK," and then it's just like a coop, and then like as he gets into the level, he sees a Koopa on a car, and there's a bullet bill going into the Koopa, and he's like, "Oh no, it is JFK." It was so funny.
uh, Michelle, I
Yeah.
also want to like. I'm sorry if I'm like blasting your ears off every time I say the letter B or P, but I don't have a pop filter for my new microphone, and I meant to get it from Tommy. I forgot.
Yeah, I was supposed to give him the pop filter, but that didn't happen.
Yeah. Uh. Anyway, since we're pretty much exhausted every topic we have this week, it seems we just go into Soul.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go into Soul.
Um.
Yeah. So this movie was interesting. I'm looking at myself in the Zoom call. It looks like I have like eye bags. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you're fucking ugly.
True. Um, Speaking of ugly, Soul. There's no transit. No, it's an okay
Yeah,
movie.
I was like, where's he gonna go with this?
It's
I mean, 3.5. That's pretty good for you, no?
yeah, I don't know. It's in between 3.5 and 3. Like I think I look at all the other 3.5 movies that I have, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I like all of these more than Soul. And then I look at all the 3-star movies, and I'm like, I think I like Soul more than all of these. So
Yeah.
it's like in this weird purgatory.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't know. It was fine. I wasn't like moved by it, but I also didn't think it was bad. I thought it was actually my favorite thing about it was that it was like actually really funny. I think the humor was really good for like today's day and age. I don't know if it'll hold up in like 20 years or so, but
Mhm.
I thought it was like really really funny. And I don't know. I don't have like huge
There were a
complaints, but
couple
like
like Family Guy style cutaway gags. Did you notice that? Like this one
yeah.
one joke about a sports team. It's literally like, I mean, there are a couple of
Yeah,
them
yeah.
with like
That
multiple
was the one I
different.
was thinking about.
Yeah,
Yeah, now that I
like
think
that
about
was
it, that
like,
was a very Family Guy.
yeah, right. It's not a
Mm-hmm.
criticism. It's just like it reminds me of like Toy Story 4. Did you see that movie?
I didn't. I need to watch
Okay,
them.
never mind. Never mind, because there's like a similar thing in that movie where it's like a Family Guy style cutaway moment.
Hmm.
Um, fuck. I'm good.
Coronavirus.
Haha. It's funny because that's the big disease that's been around.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I liked it. I think I don't know. Everyone was telling me how it's gonna like blow me away, and it was like Pixar's like masterpiece.
Yeah.
And
Magna Carta, is that the right? No,
sure,
that's not. It's
magna cum
something.
laude,
Yeah, something like that.
superintendent. Yeah, and so I think all that hype might have made me be like less big on it because I think the big thing was like it just didn't hit me emotionally, and I feel like even some of the weaker Pixar movies were really able to do that.
Yeah.
Like even this year, Onward, which I would say Onward's probably the weaker like movie, but I gave it a higher rating because Onward had me tearing up at the end, and it was just like hit me, you know. This movie didn't have that, and I know it's not like as like it's not like a sad ending or anything really, but it wasn't really like anything that made me go crazy in any emotional direction.
Yeah, I was honestly like kind of hoping for them to like go into a little bit more about this guy's relationship with Jazz, because that's what I
Mm-hmm.
was initially like really interested by.
Also, no spoilers right now.
Um, yeah, I was about to go into spoilers something, but I found that it wasn't as much about Jazz and it was more so about like what it means to be a person. And I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel like they really gave a nuanced, great take on it. I mean, it was a fine take. I don't really care. But like by the end, this isn't really a spoiler, but he basically just says like, "I'm gonna live every day to the fullest," and it was like, cool. Like, there
Yeah.
are 50 other movies that say the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I don't know. I was a little bit disappointed because I thought like the jazz, like a movie about jazz that's like an animated movie. I don't know. I thought that was like really really cool idea, and when they did that, I thought it was done pretty well. But like you know, I don't know.
I'll say visually, this movie was like really great. I mean, I think
Very
Pixar is just like at a whole different world, you know?
yeah.
Like the way the lighting, especially in this movie, is like, damn, bro. That lighting though, I don't know. That wasn't meaningful at all. But like the movie's really pretty is what I'm trying to say. And like
Hmm.
the cat, the way that looks the entire time is just like it all looks so good. And especially like the world, like the soul world that they go into. And another thing I'll say is like this movie, like, did you watch the trailers for this or did you just miss it?
I think I did. I don't think I watched them that much, but I watched them.
But the trailers for this movie, like, I feel like it painted a much more like generic picture. And there's kind of a plot element that happens halfway through that like made the movie a lot more fun. Um, and the trailer, like, so I was pleasantly surprised that there was something like that in the movie that was it was really fun. And I just yeah, I don't know. I did enjoy it. Like I was never like bored or never wanted to turn it off or anything like that. But it was just, you know, Finding Nemo and Incredibles, like those have moments where
Yeah.
you're just like so excited or so like emotional or sad
It doesn't
or
light a candle to those,
mm-hmm.
unfortunately.
Yeah, and I mean obviously it's gonna be different for everyone.
That's why, like, I don't know, I would have liked to see them do a little bit more with like jazz because like with each of the like the iconic Pixar movies, they take like a singular topic or theme and they make it accessible to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So like, Toy Story, it's toys, Incredibles, is superheroes, Nemo, fish, and you keep on
Right.
going. But with this movie, like what I don't really know what the theme of this movie
Well, I
was.
assume it's soul
I
and like
guess
personality, but I think, you know,
it's kind of a lame
it
theme.
also seems like it would be like music. At least at the beginning, it seemed like it would be.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what I thought it would be, but yeah, it wasn't.
Um, but Coco was kind of also similar. Did you see Coco?
I didn't. I heard that was good though.
Yeah, and that was kind of one that had like a bigger theme about like death and like yeah, death. I guess is the big one, but also like had
Hmm.
music as a consistent theme throughout. Um, so that's one that kind of juggled multiple big topics like that, like you're saying. But yeah, I do feel like for this one, like it was like a little bit kind of like I don't really know what the message was because like the message I ended up getting was like exactly like you said, like oh, live every day to the fullest. And I was like, yeah, I know. Like every Disney. Oh my god, sorry, I just smoked like 8 packs of six. Oh shit, that's a joke. Um, but I walked away from this kind of like yeah, I know that's every Disney Channel movie I've ever seen or Pixar movie or
Yeah, they try to treat depression by saying, "Hey guys, it's okay. Just live
yeah.
each day to the to the fullest." And it's like, all
Hey,
right,
how about this anxiety? Stop.
yeah,
No, but I don't think it's like that. Like I do think this has some meaningful
yeah. It is,
ideas
it's not
and
a
stuff going on.
it's not like I said, it's not like a horrible take on like I don't know being lost or confused in your life, but it's also not an original take. It's just like kind of the standard, which isn't
Yeah.
a bad take, but it's just like you know, nice job. You didn't really say anything new.
Yeah. And I do feel like of the modern Pixar movies, like I people were saying like, oh, this is Pixar's like real return to form. Like I feel like Inside Out and Coco were much felt much more like traditional Pixar movies in the like really emotional parts. And I've seen some people say they like
Magnum opus. That's what I was thinking of.
there you go.
Magnum. I'm sorry. This is so much late. This is like 5 minutes later.
Isn't Magna
But
Carta like a social studies thing? Like
I
it's
have no idea what the hell Magna Carta is, but it's Magnum opus is. Anyways, say what you're saying.
um and of course everyone's gonna be emotionally impacted differently, you know? But for me personally, it just didn't quite strike that chord. Fun movie, Definitely one that I wouldn't hate watching again. Um,
Yeah, but I would much rather watch like Finding Nemo.
Tommy, that's
Or
every
sorry,
goddamn movie we
sorry. I
talk
mean,
about.
sorry. I'd much rather watch The Incredibles or Toy Story.
Every like literally every week you're like, oh yeah, it's no Nemo, but it's fine.
Yeah, yeah, it's probably true.
uh, spoilers.
He dies.
Uh,
He fucking
he,
dies.
you've that's another Tommy trend in every episode.
Even when they don't die, just say he dies. But no, in this one, he dies in like the first like 5-10 minutes.
15 minutes, yeah.
He literally like avoids
Falls down
death
a
6 times
manhole.
and then just yeah, that was a weird thing because when that happened, I don't know if like when that happened at first, I was just like, wait, did he just die?
Mm-hmm.
And like, because I was watching with my family, we were just like, what the fuck just happened? But yeah, he like literally died,
Yeah,
and then yeah,
yeah. But kind so yeah, he goes into we haven't really talked about the movie that much, but excuse me. He goes into the soul world and he meets like this soul who's been there for like hundreds of years, right? Because she met like Abraham Lincoln and like Genghis
he
Khan
meets
and
Tina
shit.
Fey. Yeah,
Yeah, and yeah, she's been there like forever, and no one can get her to want to go to the land of the living and stuff. And
yeah. So the idea behind it is basically that like your soul is like manufactured before you're born, and it's like you get certain traits here from this thing and that thing, and there are mentors that help lead you to discover like what goes into making your soul. But then the final ingredient you need is a spark. And
mm-hmm.
I believe like so the way they describe it, I think, is that your spark can come from any one task, but it doesn't necessarily relate to
Yeah,
that
it doesn't
task.
mean that's it forever.
Yeah, so like if you fall in love with music, then that's how you get your spark, but that doesn't mean your spark is music. It's just meaning that you have discovered
That's
like
what like
what
oh
it
now
means
I want to
to
live.
live.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
which I thought was a cool explanation because for the first part of the movie I was like it's kind of weird to be like oh yep just your music and your art and your this, and I liked that it was just like it was a deeper explanation than
Yeah, I feel like it's really easy to like put like saying, well, I think what a lot of people like to do is like put things in categories and be like, yeah, you're the music person and you're the cooker and you're the I don't know. And this was cool that they like didn't do that.
mm-hmm.
But basically, yeah, like the soul that Joe, the main guy, I don't think we said his name yet. He like falls out of like the gateway to heaven and becomes a mentor, and then he finds this person
By
called
accident. He's not
22.
supposed to be there, and
Yeah.
like the other ones are hunting him down and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Who
He
I
finds this.
liked Terry. I thought Terry was kind of a funny character.
I also like Terry. There were some pretty funny moments with Terry. But yeah, basically 22 can't get the spark, and Joe has to help 22 out.
Mm-hmm. And then, which is what I was like talking about, like the movie kind of goes away I didn't expect it to, because I figured as I'm watching that part, I was like, okay, we're gonna spend like the entire movie in like the soul world, running from these people and doing whatever. But then they actually go back into the land of the living, and 22 ends up in Joe's body that's in the hospital, and he ends up in a cat.
Yeah, that felt like a little bit of when that happened. It felt a little bit like a low budget comedy movie. Like just the premise of that,
I
like
liked it though. I thought it
Joe and 22 come back from Earth, and Joe is a cat,
was.
and
Are
like
you kidding me? Right, meow.
yeah, and it's just, that's kind of how I felt. But I mean,
My day
they
was
made it work.
going perfect.
um, have you ever? Side note: have you ever seen the trailer for this show called Puchinsky?
No.
I'll have to send it to you. It's this. I don't know if it's real, but I hope that it is. It's this dog, or sorry, it's this guy who's a cop, and he turns into a dog, and it's his last name something Insky, so the show is called Puchinsky.
Puchinsky.
And
Isn't
there's
that
this
just the
one
shaggy dog?
something like that. I don't know, but he like there's this one scene where someone yells at him, "You're a dog," and then he goes, "I'm a cop." He's like in the dog's body. It's really funny. Hold on.
Yeah, and I don't know. I thought that part of them like in the land of the living, like she's kind of Tommy's not listening, but I'm gonna keep talking. So we're here. I don't feel like editing this out, so I'm gonna keep on keeping on.
Alrighty.
Okay, Tommy's back.
Oh wait, I put my thing on mute. I just realized you could still hear me.
No, I couldn't.
Oh, sick.
Um, so but I like this part of the movie because it added something new to the premise that was pretty simple. And
The kitten part, the cat.
yeah, yeah, I thought it was fun. There was some cute like physical comedy things, and I liked the idea of like 22 discovering all the things and like sitting in the barber shop chair and like talking with
That
the
was one of my
guy.
favorite scenes. I really
Yeah,
like that barbershop scene.
and then making Joe realize that like all he ever talks about is music or jazz, I
Yeah.
guess. But
Mhm.
um, and that's what I mean when I said the movie was like it really felt like it was building to some like profound realization, and you know to some extent it was, but like you have these like really nice scenes where like he like takes 22's hand and they jump into the land of the living together after she gets her spark, and he's kind of decided that he's just gonna let himself die. And then they decide, you know, to put him back in the body, of course. But um, I felt like, you know, there was like that moment and, you know, a couple more like emotional moments of like Joe reflecting. And then he goes back into his body and he walks out and he's like, every day I will be living. And the movie ends. And I was like, that was felt really abrupt to me, like the ending. Did you feel like that at all?
Yeah, it like a lot happened, but also yeah. Like just like a lot happened in the last like 10 minutes. Like he went from like 22 hating him. He just got done with the performance of his life, killed it. Then he became completely depressed, and then he went home, looked at a bunch of stuff, transformed back into the soul, found 22. They jumped to Earth together. 22 is
Mm-hmm.
born as a newborn baby. Then Joe accepts that he's about to die, but then he gets another chance at life, and then it ends. And then he's just like, I'm happy now. And then it just ends. There's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Yeah. Another scene I liked the scene where he like where I guess 22 talks to his mom in his body, and he like says like, "Oh, say everything I'm gonna say to my mom,"
Hmm.
and then it does that thing where it like switches from Tina Fey voice acting to Jamie Foxx. I thought that was cool. No, it was a I like the confrontation between him and his mom. It was it was sweet.
Yeah, I thought that was actually a pretty good scene.
Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Um. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean the movie as a whole, like it's a really nice, sweet, fun
I
movie.
don't
It
know
just
why it came
didn't.
out on Christmas. That's one of my things.
Well, I think it was supposed to come out in like June or something, but it got pushed
Oh, okay.
or whatever. But and I think yeah, it's perfect, fun, and enjoyable. I just like I don't know. It did not to me like this has a 4.2 on Letterbox, which is like up there
It's a
with
bit
like
much.
yeah, it's up there with like all the top tier Pixar movies and like
It's
stuff in
ranked higher than. I'm not gonna say it.
Nemo.
Yeah.
uh, and yeah, I guess I don't know. It's just one of those one where I don't really get it. I mean, I liked it. We forgot to say, but you know, I would say Chad. Um,
Yeah, it's a Chad.
but you know, it was definitely enjoyable. I just, I just felt like it was missing something. Like it just kind of ended, and I was like, oh, okay, like
Yeah, it tasted. It was like, I don't know. If you go to a restaurant and you order a sandwich and you're really excited about the sandwich, but then you realize, hmm, just tastes fine. You know, I don't
yeah,
know. It was a pretty good sandwich, but nothing crazy.
yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean that's real. I don't really have anything else to say on it.
Now, it's kind of now thinking about it, there wasn't like too much to talk about. I mean, I guess there is, but like, how much that I want to talk about? It was just fine. You
Mm,
know.
yeah. Uh, what have you been watching, Tommy?
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see.
I watched a lot this
Um,
week, actually.
did you? I
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but I watched Hunt for the Wilder People,
You did
and that was
not.
cool. It's like it's kind of like a comedy, but also like it's a nice story. And the person that plays Terry in Soul is she plays the like a child protective services person in
Yeah.
the in Hunt for the Wilder People, and she's like the main antagonist.
She's also in Thor Ragnarok. I think she might be like a Taika Waititi thing.
Yeah,
Like
that's
she,
what I was thinking.
you know how like some directors have actors that are in like all their movies.
Hmm.
Like Ryan Johnson. I realized today I watched Brick, um, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in it, and apparently he's in every Ryan Johnson movie, including The Last Jedi, and I didn't know.
Yeah, I literally also just found that out. He's in Last Jedi, and I'm like, where was he in Last Jedi?
He was
Like, he's a pretty big actor. Like,
he's in an alien like prosthetic thing, and like you know when they park on the beach, and that guy is like, that ship needs to get ticketed or whatever. That's him. He's just like a big alien or whatever. Um, yeah. What else?
that's it. That's it. That is all it is. But I'm gonna watch some other movies. I'm gonna try to. I have a HBO Max subscription that's gonna die in like 10 days, so I'm gonna try to watch like 8 movies before that ends.
Hmm. I watched Reservoir Dogs, and that
Oh
is
yeah,
the second Tarantino movie that I've actually enjoyed. So there you go. Still, like, I don't know. Maybe this is getting too political on this podcast, but I don't know. His like, he just uses the N word wherever he fucking feels like it, and it's really
it
off-putting sometimes.
like I don't know. Like sometimes it's like okay, whatever. That like I don't know. I'm not one to judge the artistic choice of directors, but also it feels like it's what you said. It's all the time and in every movie to the point where it's like, what the hell's like, what's this guy's
Yeah.
deal? Like, why does
Also,
he
apparently, like
feel the need
Leonardo
to do it?
DiCaprio was like really uncomfortable saying it, and Tarantino like forced him to. So,
Ew.
and it's always white dudes saying it in Reservoir Dogs, which is why I don't feel bad criticizing it because there's no
Hmm.
historical element to it. It's just really off-putting. But other than that, it was a really enjoyable movie, I thought. Um, and then I rewatched Wonder Woman 1984.
2 times 1 week.
Yep. Um, so I bumped my rating up to 3.5. And let me clear something up. This is at like 3.25. It's like, I don't know. I definitely enjoyed it more this time, but I still stick by last week when I said bad. Um, it's just that I personally was able to like kind of roll with some of the things I really didn't like the first time and be like, yeah, it's okay. And I definitely had more fun watching it, but man, I sure do wish it was better. And I wrote a whole book about all my
Yeah, I
stupid.
read that review. Um, on his letterbox review, he wrote a small novel about Wonder Woman 84. And
Yeah,
I think I had like what, like 3 lines? Oh no, I actually had a little bit. I had a little bit to write.
oh yeah, I wrote a shit ton. But basically, it was just me saying this movie is really flawed, and with couple of changes, it'd be a lot better.
Hmm. My
Anywho,
friend who also has letterbox, I read his review, and it was really funny. I think it was like it feels like the whole time Pedro Pascal is doing an impression of Puss in Boots. But that was really funny.
and then I watched a documentary, Class Action Park, on HBO Max.
Hmm.
Technically a 2020 movie, so that beefed up that statistic. And
How many 2020 movies do you have?
21.
Ooh, I think I'm probably in the teens.
Yeah. Um, and so it's a documentary about a water park called Action Park, now called Mountain Creek. And I've been to it a few times. It was like a big thing with me and my dad. I've burped like 6 times on this podcast. I'm so sorry. Um, but so I wanted to like see some of like the history because some of it I knew, and it just like it was really interesting. Like everything in the documentary is really interesting because it's basically how this guy like went all around red tape and stuff and like set up a legal insurance company so he could operate this amusement park that was like deadly as fuck.
That's
Um,
sick.
and like all the rides were like literally maiming and killing people. Um, obviously it's different now, but like it's just like there was some
So like
serious
a
like
lot of people died at this
8 people
park.
died,
Wow.
and
Jeez.
yeah, because it was literally like crazy. Like some of those like there was like this ride that was like not bumper boats, but they were like racing boats, like go karts but boats in a big river, and
Oh my
some
god.
girl like got her hair like caught in the propeller or something and like pulled underwater and drowned.
Oh my
And then like the
god.
ride was like back up and running like the next day. It's like insane shit. And like people would like my dad told me like there used to be this alpine slide there that was a tube made out of fiberglass that you would literally bring like a big skateboard down with like a brake on it, but almost all of them the brakes were broken on and you would just fly off the track or you'd like slam into the track, and since it was fiberglass it would just like shave your skin down, like
Oh my
leave people with
god.
these
I'm gonna
massive
have to check
burns and
that
shit.
out. That's insane. I'm wondering like how the fuck that works legally.
It's crazy. He literally was like he set up like a whole insurance company in another country, and it's like it's all so illegal. But my biggest criticism was like the people in it. They go from like 1 second being like there was so much death and destruction in Action Park, like it was irresponsible on the part of the owner and yada yada, and then like the next second they're like, but Action Park made us men, and unlike the kids of today, we actually went outside. And it's like, oh
Oh
come
my
on,
god.
dude! Like, can't you
They had
just?
to ruin it with that.
I know it's just like heavy boomer energy. It was like you had to ruin it with that at the end. Like, there's literally a part where it's like a grieving woman grieving over her son that she lost at Action Park, and then it cuts to a guy being like, sometimes you just get hurt. What can you do? It made us men. And it was like, she's literally like standing over her son's tombstone. It was just weird. Like, just admit that the founder was a complete fucking psychopath. It's fine. The guy's not alive. Like, he was absolutely insane. Uh, then I watched Trial of Chicago 7.
Oh, you did?
I did.
How do you like that?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed
Nice.
it
What
quite
do
a
you give
bit.
it rating? Was it three and
I
a
give it
half?
4 stars.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I wanted to jump through the screen and beat the shit out of the judge.
Oh my god, don't even get me started. That judge is such a asshole. Apparently, then like, did you read at the end like,
Yeah.
apparently lawyers on like both sides, or I
Like
don't know if it was on both.
78% of them
Yeah, they were
said
like,
like
this guy is unqualified.
yeah, that was insane. Uh Then I watched How to Train Your Dragon 2, which I've been begging my girlfriend to watch with me for like 2 years because we watched the first one and never watched the second one. And I love that movie. That's all. Nothing new. And then I watched Brick today, Ryan Johnson's like first movie,
Oh, cool.
and didn't like it. Not very good, in my opinion. Did not do anything for me. Really boring, and really everyone just talked like old timey detectives, but they were all high school students, and I was like, this is not for me. But yeah, so I've been and then I've been watching some Clone Wars here and there, and started
Done with season
reading.
3?
No,
Ah,
I got a good chunk done though. I'm
okay.
still keeping to my goal of trying to get it all before I go back to school. But and then I started reading Percy Jackson. So I've actually been consuming a lot of media, Tommy.
I've been reading too. Want to know what I've been reading?
Hmm.
It's called An Introduction to Basic Finance.
Oh my fucking god! Why?
I have a class, and I'm like, I don't know. I just kind of want to study now so I'm not behind. You know, when you kind of feel like that, where you're just like feeling behind, even though nothing has started yet. That's just where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm not ready to do schoolwork again.
Yeah, we have like a month though.
Yep. I just got an email from Letterboxd telling me that a film in my watch list is now on Netflix.
Oh, really? What is it?
The Departed.
Oh, I don't care.
Yep. So that's pretty much all I got this week.
Yeah.
Tommy?
That's it.
Maybe a bit of a shorter boy.
This is probably on the
Or
shorter
girl.
side.
Or
Yeah,
girl. Yeah, whatever.
or non-binary individual.
Non-binary. That's chill.
Or podcast. Could be what it's called. But yeah, Soul is okay. That's verdict.
Yeah. So follow us on Twitter and the Boxed and all that. And,
Yeah.
Tune in next week when we're gonna do something crazy. Quick, Tommy, what movie? What movie should we do that's crazy? Yep, we're gonna be doing that. So thanks for tuning in, everyone, and we'll see you next time.